that was how my body opened. I mean, my vagina opened. As if, when you open a tap, as if a tap was opened. Next thing was blood everywhere.
I'll do something nice. They can't kill my vibe. But they can't kill my vibe. They can't.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. To my returning subscribers, you guys are highly welcome. You are always welcome and appreciated. Then to everyone that is seeing my face for the first time, hi, I'm Wendy. You are welcome to my channel. So in today's video, please, if you know you're very sensitive, I plead with you, don't watch this video, because I'm going to say this story as it is, raw and uncut. This is about my miscarriage story, how I miscarried my baby at 12 weeks without even knowing. So the year 2019 came with a blessing. Around September or so, I discovered that I was pregnant. You understand? So I went for how I found out I was pregnant. I did a blood test and then a urine test. Then I went for scan as well. The fetus was developing normally. So I decided on my own to be taking my drugs, the normal drugs that we take, the routine drugs. So I was like, I'll be taking my drugs when I get to 12 weeks, that's 3 months. Because most times when you go to the hospital to register, they will ask you to go. Some hospitals do tell you to go until 12 weeks. So I decided, okay, let me just wait until 12 weeks. I want to go and register. Guys, that was how I started taking my drugs. Everything was going on properly. There was no stress. There was nothing. So along the line, I stopped feeling pregnant. Pregnancy signs, all those kind of stuff, vomiting, nausea, all those stuff. I stopped feeling like that. I said, okay, maybe this pregnancy wants to be nice to me or something, without even knowing that I've already had a miscarriage without my knowledge. So that was how I carried on with this pregnancy. Then I took in around September. Then December, that's 3 months. I said, okay, that I was going to register at the hospital. My tummy wasn't really growing that much. I wasn't feeling pregnancy symptoms. But I just felt, okay, since I was already confirmed and scan also showed that the fetus was doing well, there was no need panicking. And since I was also taking my drugs. So around December, that was on 25th December. 24th, I think. 24th. I started feeling cramps. I was feeling cramps all over my waist, round about me. I was cramping seriously. I was like, why am I cramping like this now? What could be the issue? Before you knew it, I started spotting. I said, okay, could this be implantation bleeding? I'm like, implantation bleeding at 3 months? I thought implantation bleeding should be maybe first week of pregnancy or something like that. I ignored. No, I ignored in the morning time. Then in the afternoon, I was still spotting. I told my husband, please, let's go for scan. Let's go and know if everything is okay with the child. He said, okay, fine, that we'll go for scan in the evening. Evening came, we went for scan. Lo and behold, it's not even funny. I'm telling this story now, and it's as if I'm laughing because, I have overcome that stage. Like God have helped me to pull through that stage. So now I can tell the story without crying, without being too emotional about it. But it's not a laughing matter. It's nothing to laugh about. So in the evening time, we went for scan. They did the scan and told me that my baby stopped developing at 6 weeks. I was like, you must be kidding. He said, no, he's not kidding, that the baby stopped developing at 6 weeks. I look at the baby. Baby stopped developing at 6 weeks, and that they advised evacuation. That's D&C. I said, evacuation? I've not even heard of evacuation before. I've not even done evacuation before. So I was like, evacuation? They say, yeah, that is the best. That I should better go and do evacuation like as soon as possible to avoid further bleeding or something like that. I left the place angrily. In my spirit, I was very angry. I got back to the house. I cried. I was like, God, this cannot be happening. How can you allow this to happen? So my husband said, okay, that what will happen is this. Why not let's go to the hospital? Let's go to the hospital. Let's hear from a doctor. I said, okay, fine. That we'll go to the hospital the next day, being 25th December 2019. Brothers and sisters, do you know that 24th night, the sporting letter stopped. When it stopped, I was like, thank God though. That's when I said, okay, let's go and hang out. Let's just go and hang out just to, clear our head and all that. So that was how we went to hang out. As we were hanging out though, me, I started feeling hungry. I was hungry. I said, what kind of hunger is this now? So as I was hungry, I started feeling cramps again all over my waist. I was cramping all over my waist. I said, what kind of cramping is this now? With the hunger too, what could be going on? Immediately they brought the food. I ordered for white rice with pepper soup. So as they brought the food, immediately I took a spoon out of that food. I wore a blue gown. Light was everywhere. People were all over the place. Christmas season. That was how my body opened. My vagina opened. As if, when you open a tap, as if a tap was opened. Next thing was blood everywhere. He's well with me. So my husband now said, see you. He now called one of his friends that was there. They helped me. As they carried me, I was bleeding. They put me in the car, brought me back to the house. My husband said, okay, my husband was even confused. He didn't even know what to do. He was so confused. So me, I went to I now said, okay, let me put on pad. I put on pad. It wasn't even up to 2 minutes I put on pad. The pad was already filled up with blood. My husband said, okay, let's go to the hospital. He was trying to put one or two things together, but he didn't even know what he was doing. So in the bathroom, I just removed the pad, went to the bathroom, stood there for the blood to be gushing out. Blood was gushing out. Blood clot was also gushing out. So as that was happening, my husband was confused. He didn't know what to put into the bag. So me and now came out from the bathroom. I have already made up my mind. I was like, God, I know that you are not going to forsake me. I know that you are not going to allow me to die. I know that this is not my end. So I trust in you. I put my faith in you. I put my hope in you. Please give me strength to be able to get to the hospital. So I now came out from the bathroom, picked some of my stuffs, put it in the bag, told my husband, oh yeah, let's go. His friend accompanied us. We went to the hospital. When we got to the hospital, doctor was not on site. It was only the nurses that were on site. We got to the hospital. This thing happened around 11 midnight though. We got to the hospital around 1 a.m. So when we now got to the hospital, the doctor wasn't on site, but the nurses were on site. So because I think the hospital, they already know us or something like that, because my husband did appendix operation at the hospital. So when we now got there, I was already weak. I was so weak. Mind you, I've not even eaten. I was hungry and I was weak at the same time. So my husband now told them, they already saw what was going on. I was still bleeding. So they now called the doctor. Doctor was like, give her injection to control the bleeding. They brought injection. They took me injection to control the bleeding. They now carried me upstairs to our room. When we got to the room, they laid me on the bed. I was already gone. Like some people would say, I was a goner. I don't already go. It was just the grace of God. So I lay on the bed. My husband lay on another bed because they asked him to just give me space so that I can breathe fine and all that. That was how I started seeing double. I was seeing people putting on black. I was seeing people putting on white. I was seeing abstract things that were not of this world. And in my mind, I was like, God, could it be that I'm already dead? I was still very much conscious. I said, could it be that I'm already dead? I said, no, I can't die. You hear me? I cannot die. I cannot come and die. So that was how I started prophesying positively upon my life. I was like, I shall not die. I shall live and declare the goodness of God upon the surface of this earth. This pregnancy will not take my life. I did not take my mother's life. This child will not take my life. My grandmother did not die while she was pregnant with my mother. I cannot die when I'm pregnant with my own child. This will pass, So, the next morning, the doctor now came. He checked me. He said, she have lost a lot of blood. We need to put her in the theater immediately for a D&C. In my mind, I was thinking that maybe they will give me an injection for me not to feel the pain of D&C and all that. I don't even know what D&C, how it was or what to expect. They put me to the theater. The doctor started. Guys, there was no injection given to me because one, I was already weak. They didn't give me any injection to quench the pain or to stop the pain. I felt the whole pain to my bone marrow. I felt every single thing the doctor was doing. I felt it. I was crying. I was pleading. I was like, doctor, please, don't do this to me, doctor. Please don't do this to me, doctor. This is too painful. This is too painful. Doctor, please have mercy on me. Don't do this to me. My daddy. If you are Igbo, when you are a baby, you'll be screaming, Daddy Mo, Daddy Mo. That was how I was screaming, Daddy Mo. Mind you, my dad is late. But that was the only thing that came to my mind to scream. So I kept screaming, Daddy Mo, Daddy Mo, Daddy Mo. I didn't even remember that I had a husband to even start with. That was how I kept screaming. The doctor was assuring me that shouldn't worry, that very soon everything will be over. He will finish, this, that. They did everything. I was just looking at the doctor, pulling out things from my body, pulling out the tissues, pulling out so many things. The pain was too much. The nurse was pressing my tummy down while the doctor was pulling out tissues from my body. That's the tissues of the baby or something like that. The pain is out of this world. So after all that, do you know that after the whole evacuation, I stood up from the bed? If you see me, you will not even know that they just did something on me. I became very, very sound. I became very, very okay. My husband now, at a point, I think they called my husband in because I was screaming too much. So the doctor was like, you are scaring your husband. He's standing by the door. You are scaring him. Then I brought him in. He was consoling me, telling me that don't worry, that they will soon be through. Don't worry, I'm here. You are not alone. But that was not even what I want to hear at that point. I don't want to hear all those things at that point. I just wanted them to just do whatever they had to do and just leave me the hair alone. So when I now came out of the theater, I was discharged that same day. I got back to the house. I felt okay. And I felt relieved a bit. But that night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking. I kept asking God questions. I kept asking God, why me? Why should this happen to me? Why did I lose my baby? What did I do wrong? Was it because I didn't register in the hospital on time? What did I eat that I was not supposed to eat? Is it my fault? Is there any drug I took I wasn't supposed to take? Did I stress myself? So many questions I kept asking myself. Even suicidal thoughts came to my mind. But thank God I'm a survivor. Thank God that it all ended in praise. And God kept me till today. So that's how I had a miscarriage at 12 weeks without my knowledge. I know a lot of women, some people don't really like talking about all this kind of topics. Some people don't even share their miscarriage stories. They don't even want anybody to know about it. But I think that awareness should be created about this that when a woman loses a pregnancy, it's totally not her fault. It's not her fault at all. You understand? But sometimes society makes it look like you had a miscarriage, then it's your fault. It's not a woman's fault. It's nobody's fault. Sometimes it might be chromosomal abnormalities. It can be so many things. It's better you miscarry the baby than you have a baby that will be physically challenged, or I don't know. I don't really know. But I just thank God. And I pray for everyone that is going through miscarriage or have gone through miscarriage, that God will bring light at the end of the tunnel for you guys, and that God will bless each and every one of you with your heart desire, that gender-wise, and that God will give everyone a happy pregnancy and a successful pregnancy. Until next time, I remain your girl Wendy. Bye guys.